noon in Colorado. And that means it is time for GoToKitchens.com Lunch with Leslie. Hey everybody, thought I would open this up with our website this afternoon. Hi, it's good to see you guys. If you have not been to our website, this is what it looks like. This is our recipe page right here. Hi, it's good to see you, Clarissa. Hey, Rosemary. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mark. It's good to see you. Hey, Jen. Yay, you can finally watch live. That's awesome. So there you go. This is just kind of what our recipe page looks like. Oh my gosh, I want to eat those right now. So good. I want to eat that too. Hey, Janie. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. So there you go. There's just some of the fine stuff that you'll find. Hey, Kat, it's good to see you here. Some of the fine stuff that you will find on our website. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Chastity, it's good to see you. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit. How's my signal today? Anybody want to tell me how's the signal today? Anything good? It's good to see you. Do I have an okay signal? I know yesterday I had a spotty signal and better. Okay, good. It's good. Awesome. Fantastic. Good to know. Man, I hate it. I don't know what happens. I didn't do anything different, but sometimes my signal is amazing and sometimes it's not. And so there you go. Hi. Oh, thanks for inviting followers. Hello. Hi, Ireland 58 Kitty. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's focus. Focus. So much has happened this morning. Oh my gosh. First full day back in the office, so it's kind of crazy. Hi, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Jules, hi, it's good to see you. Ah, dang. Yeah, sorry about that. One of these days I'll get this internet connection fixed. I'm supposed to have the best that's available, but not always. So yesterday we talked about Healthy Eating 101 lunch. Thank you. The day before that, we talked about Healthy Eating 101 breakfast. And before that, we talked about maybe what some of the stumbling blocks might be in your way for eating healthy. And I'm still just like kind of crazy about how far this camera is away from me and how, let's fix this. Sorry, getting technical here, but let's go ahead and fix that up. I got to move a couple things, so bear with me as I adjust. Usually I test my camera before I go on to make sure that everything is good, and I did not have that luxury this morning, so we're going to have to go straight from that. So give me just a second, and we'll make sure that we get everything perfectly perfect. Okay, so we have been talking about healthy eating. I'm going to introduce myself super fast. I will ask just this one time right down here in the corner. I love red quinoa. It's great. Yeah, no, red quinoa is amazing. Yes, I love it. I love it. So right down in the corner, I'm pointing still as I answer your question. But right down here in the corner, there is a little ball-headed guy. And if you guys would just touch that and share out with your followers, I would be forever grateful. Let's fill up this room and get some people healthy on this planet. So I'm excited about this. Yeah, it's good to see you. Hi, Lisa. It's good to see you. I'm excited about dinner because when I talk about dinner, I know it's wrong. It's my chair. Gosh, there we go. That's better. Now you can see me. I felt like I was like this big in the screen. So thank you guys for sharing out. Thank you so much for inviting followers and sharing out to Twitter and Facebook and all those amazing places. So when I talk, oh, and let me introduce myself. If you've never seen me before, my name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. There's not a thing for sale over at GoToKitchens. You cannot buy anything. If you want to buy something, there's nothing for sale. The only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health. Thank you so much, you guys, for inviting followers. So we're going to talk about, and it's GoToKitchens.com. Here it is. There's the website, GoToKitchens.com. That's the hashtag love to cook. So when you see that around town, that is me. So yes, GoToKitchens.com, that's the website. So I like to talk about dinner because dinner to me is not just about food. When we talked about breakfast, when we talked about lunch, we talked about the reasons that you eat breakfast and the reasons that you eat lunch. And I'd also like to talk about the reasons that we actually eat dinner. I mean, there's a reason, in my opinion, in my very humble opinion, there is a reason that we eat dinner. And so I like to talk about dinner in a little bit different way. We're going to talk about food as well. So bear with me as we get through the first bits of this. The last bits of it, we will talk more about food. Hi, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. But the first parts of it, we're going to talk about dinner and why I feel like that it is the most social meal of the day. Have you ever thought about dinner like that? Have you ever thought about it being the most social meal of the day? To me, it's a gathering time. To me, it's a place and it's a time and it's a point in the day when you sit down. A lot of times we eat breakfast by ourselves or we eat lunch by ourselves, but dinner is that time of day. Good. So dinner is that time of day when we start to gather socially, either with family or friends. Sometimes it's just social right on Facebook or something like that if we're eating alone for some reason. Or that's how we live our life because we live alone, which there's nothing wrong with that for sure. I lived alone a lot in my life. But it is the most social meal of the day. And I think it's a great time to connect. I think it's a great time. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. We get to talk. No TV, no cell phones, no iPads, no computers, nothing at the dinner table. That is the rule in this house. We are not allowed to bring any gadgets to the table. You have to come to the table gadgetless. And we're going to talk about ways to make this happen and to make it more fun where your family and especially your kids or your teenagers are more interested in this idea. But I think it's a great time to connect. I think it's a great time to unwind with your family, to find out what's going on with them in their day, to look them in the eye. If you are the preparer of the meal, to make sure that you are controlling what they are at least putting in their body for one meal of the day. Sometimes we can't control that all the time, but we can control it one meal a day. Find out about work, find out about school, find out about what made them happy, what made them sad, what made them angry. Just really a time to sit down and unwind. And I think at some point you might even find that you're lingering beyond even eating because you are taking time to look at each other in the eyes and have a conversation. So over dinner. And it's the perfect time to do it. Yes, you get to reconnect. Absolutely. So there's all different kinds of dinners. There are romantic dinners. There's those crazy bangs again. I'm getting those cut next week. Can't wait. There are romantic dinners. Great time to connect with your spouse or your significant other or your partner or whatever you have, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. There's romantic dinners. There are family dinners. There are dinner with friends. There's celebration dinners. There are business dinners even. There are business or like networking dinners. And then there are parties. You go to dinner parties. I love dinner parties. Imaginary boyfriend. That's right. That's okay. It can be imaginary for now. It'll happen if you want it to happen. Maybe you don't even want it to happen. But yes, it's a great time. And there's so many different types of dinners that you can have. So, my question to you, and I'm just going to ask this question and you guys can respond. I'll give you time to respond here. But where do you eat dinner? It's your specialty stress time. Yeah, you're in a habit of doing that. Yeah, imaginary girlfriend. Well, there you go. There's an imaginary boyfriend and imaginary girlfriend. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so where do you guys eat dinner? Tell me where you eat dinner at. Kat just said that they like to eat dinner watching their favorite shows. But that's a time to connect, Kat. That's when you guys connect. At the kitchen table, inside of the TV, dinner table, no phones. Actually, slower this way. Okay, yep, I understand. Dinner table, no phone, no TV. Okay. On the couch. All right, that's fine. Yep, absolutely. Or at a restaurant, okay? Couch, all right? Yeah. So my husband and I in a dining room, yep, my husband and I have dinner, movie night, great. I love that. At the kitchen tables, I love that, yep. That's awesome, Jane. Jen, that's hilarious. I almost called you Janet. That's hilarious. You're so funny. Mark and Jen sitting in a tree, eating or sitting on a couch. Just hubby and you. Yep, that's me too. We actually have a table. It is a very intimate table. We bought, when I met Robin, I'll just tell you a quick story. When I met Robin, he used to make dinner for me all the time because I was a crazy stress cadet in my work. And so I never ate at home ever. And so he used to make me dinner to force me to eat good food. And so I would go to his house. We would have dates and I would go to his house and he would make me dinner. And he had this very cool antique table that had 2 church pews on either side of it. So effectively it's like a booth in a restaurant. So it's, you know, like 2 bench seats on either side of the table. And we used to sit at that table and have these huge long conversations. And I can remember thinking that it was the only time in my life that I actually, well, except for when I was a kid, that I would actually sit down and look somebody in the eyes and have a conversation. Well, of course, we fell in love at that table. And so it's the same table that we use in our kitchen today. And I can tell you that it is a really intimate setting. I mean, people talk about romantic dinners. Almost every time we sit down to eat, we have a romantic dinner. 1, because of our location. 2, because we've made that space very special. We filled it with things that we love. We have filled it, you guys have seen it now and again in my scopes, but we filled it with things that we love, art and memories, and it sits in a big picture window. We have that luxury so we can see outside. So it's actually a really nice space for us, and it's a space that I want to go to. So sometimes you have a kitchen table and it's not a space that you want to go to because it's cluttered or it's dirty or you haven't had the time to clean it off from the last dinner even, or something like that. And so I want to encourage you to keep that space almost a sacred space or a space in your home that is decluttered and doesn't have a bunch of junk sitting on it, so that you want to go to that space, because it would be a pain in the butt to have a family dinner or have time at the dinner table if you had to clear that table off every time you sat down for a meal. So keeping that space sacred or open is really, really important. So, and this all has to do with your health, by the way. I know that I was doing a health scope here, and so, but this all has to do with your health. This absolutely has to do with your health. It has to do with your mental and your emotional health, which is super strong components to living a healthy lifestyle. You can't just eat healthy and think that just eating healthy is going to make you healthy. You have to do things for your emotional and your mental being, so that you can stay healthy. So this is one of my favorite tips, is to keep that kitchen table cleared off and don't let it be a space where things get cluttered up on it. Use it actually what it's designed for. And hi, it's good to see you. And use it as a kitchen table. So, so here's what I feel like that a healthy dinner consists of. Number 1, that you set a time aside. We're going to talk about food. I promise you we're going to talk about food. Yeah, it's good to see you. We're going to talk about food for sure. But number 1 is that you set a time range of day that you have dinner. So you know that dinner, now you don't have to be rigid. So dinner isn't, used to be like, dinner is at 6 p.m. If you're the Beaver, if you're the, who were they? The Cleavers. If you are June and Ward Cleaver, dinner is at 6 p.m. every single day and everybody gathers at the table. That is not realistic for our time and the way that we live our lives in modern society. So set a time frame between 5:30 and 6:30. At some point in that time frame, we are going to have dinner, and make that announcement in the morning. Because of our schedule, we're going to have dinner at 6 p.m. tonight. So everybody be here. Or because of our schedule, dinner isn't going to be till 6:30. So make sure that you're here for dinner. So set a time frame that gets everybody into a habit of this is when dinner is, okay? And be realistic about it. It doesn't have to be rigid. You can be flexible in these kinds of things. Number 2, eat at home at least 75% of the time. Now, I know that I just raised, it's good to see you. I just raised some eyebrows. Some of you in here went, what? Eat at home 75% of the time? Is she crazy? There's no way on this planet that I can eat at home dinner 75% of the time. That is 5 meals a week. 5 meals a week. I want to challenge you to eat at home, okay? And I don't mean like eating out. I mean eating at home. 5 times a week. I want to challenge you to do this. If you do this and you are making, good, awesome. That's awesome, Marcy. If you're doing this and you are making those choices to eat at home 5 days a week, number one, you're going to save money. Number two, your family is going to draw closer to one another if you're not already doing this. Number three, you're going to be healthier because you are preparing. Hi, it's good to see you. You're preparing your own foods at home. So 5 days a week, I want you to commit to eating at home. All right. And it could be on Saturday and Sunday night, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It could be the 5 weekdays. It could be whatever you want to do, just 5 times, 75% of the week, and the dinner meal you are eating at home. Okay. Number two, I want you to actually sit down at a table. Now, this even goes for if you are, if you live alone or you have a habit of eating in front of a TV or, yeah, I love that, 6 days a week. I love that. Perfectly perfect. Good for you. Good habits to be in. Yeah, my husband, we actually, both of us don't like eating out very much. I like to eat at home. So we're probably 6 to 7 days a week in the house. Very rarely we eat out, every once in a while, but it's not the average for sure. So, but I want you to commit to sitting down at a table. And this is even if you live alone, sitting down at your dinner table and mindfully eating. And this means mindfully eating means paying attention to everything that you're putting into your mouth. So paying attention to the types of food. What types of flavors do you like? I really like this flavor. I don't like this. I don't like that flavor. That's sweet. I love that. That's cute, Marcy. But sitting down to the table and actually using plates, real forks, and real knives. Okay. Now, a lot of us want to go straight to paper plates. We want to go straight to paper and plastic. And we, and I want to challenge you to do at least 2 of those 5 days a week that you're at home. At least 2 of those 5 days a week. I want to challenge you to use real plates, real forks, and real knives. Okay. And spoons or whatever. So I want to challenge you to actually use those because so many of us go right to the paper. We go right to the plastic. Most of us are using real forks and knives, but I want to encourage you. To use 2 of those nights. All right. 2 of those dinners using real utensils. If you have fine china that you never use, pick one of those nights a week that you actually use the china. That you actually use the things in your dinner and in your kitchen. So, maybe you're just going to have a fancy pants dinner once a week. We're going to have fancy pants dinner and everybody's going to come to the table and we're all going to look nice. We're not going to be in our PJs. And you don't have to be in a tux or anything, but we're going to sit down and we're going to have dinner together and we're going to use the fancy pants china. What do you got to lose? So you break a plate or so, whatever. It's a special time. It's a special thing to be sitting down with our families. We're losing this so quickly. You have a bar to eat at. That's fine. Yes. So just actually sitting down and making it event. You had me until no PJs. Yeah, no PJs. Actually coming to dinner dressed. Just one night a week. Okay. And if you can commit to two nights a week, amazing time. So committing to sitting down with real plates, forks, knives, everything, at least 2 times a week, okay? And maybe one of those times everybody's actually dressed and looks appropriate for dinner, okay? Awesome. Number 4, food prepared at home. So out of those 5 days, I want you to pick 3 to 5 of those days that, that's right. Maybe once a month you do fancy pants, I don't know. Maybe it's just a romantic dinner that you pick out once a month that you do, or maybe every other week or something. Just get into a habit of making dinner an event instead of making it just a passive thing like, oh, we got to eat dinner. What do you want for dinner? Instead of making it like that, make it an event like, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? I have all these great things. I have these great ideas. Do you like any of these ideas? Making it an event instead of a chore is so much more fun than having a chore. I'd much rather go to an event than I have a chore, hadn't you? Honestly. So out of those 5 days a week, I want you to think about 3 to 5 of those days actually cooking at home. So minimum of 3 times a week that you're cooking at home, and maximum of 7, but at least 5, somewhere between 3 and 5, that you're actually making your dinner at home. Now, these are small goals. These are not giant goals. I'm not saying eat at home every single day. You notice I'm not saying that. I'm actually saying let's be realistic about time and schedules and events and soccer practices and baseball practices. I don't even know what's going on. And school plays and all of those types of things. Let's be realistic about that. But let's make a commitment to our family and to our family's health of actually eating at home, of actually having time together, and of actually cooking the meal ourselves. So not even ordering out, but actually making that meal ourselves. Hey, it's good to see you here. So then number 5, this is my last tip on this type of subject is, yes, we'll talk about that in just a second. I promise we're going to get to the food portion of this. So, but all the family members, having every single one of your family members, and maybe it's just you, and that's completely fine, but if you live with other people in your house, all of the family members around the table, at least at the minimum of twice a week. Now, I know some of you, there's a lot of family members and you have teenagers and they have jobs and whatever, but at least 2 times a week, okay? That is not asking too much of your family to have your family members, your immediate family members that live in your household at your dinner table twice a week. And set those days, make a schedule, make an announcement, get it on your family calendar. However you do that, make sure that at least twice a week you are having dinner with your families, okay? Thank you. Good. I'm glad you like them. If you live by yourself, I totally understand. Maybe at that point you start inviting people over for dinner. Maybe you start arranging time with family and friends that you're going to have dinner. Maybe you have a sister, brother, cousin, uncle, aunt, friend, acquaintance, I don't know, and you just casually invite yourself to dinner so that you can have that social aspect of dinner. Maybe do that a couple times a week. You have to make your own plan for that. That's kind of a whole nother scope if you're eating alone. I eat alone probably about, well, no, Robin and I eat together all the time. Very rarely do I eat alone, actually. But I used to eat alone a lot. And typically I would spend my afternoon or my evening, Skype. I love that idea. That's an amazing idea. You Skype your dinners together. I love that. That's fabulous. Good for you. I love that. I love technology and I love that thought process. Love it, love it, love it. Skype dinners. Anybody who wants to have a Skype dinner with us, you just let me know and we will Skype a dinner together. I'm totally on board with that. It's an amazing idea. So you notice that I haven't even talked about food yet. I haven't said 2 shakes about any type of food, especially if you live alone. I love it. It's a beautiful idea. I like it even if you don't live alone, Skyping with other family members. Hey, we're going to have a family dinner tonight and we're going to set up Skype and we're going to Skype with you guys while we're eating dinner so we can all be at the table together. How amazing is that? I love that idea. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, so I haven't said 2 shakes about food. Yes, it's a great idea. Love it. I haven't said 2 shakes about food, so let's talk about food a little bit. You eat by yourself half the time? Yeah, I'm guessing that help is half. I'm trying to translate there, but I'm thinking that you mean half the time. Yeah, so just maybe scheduling more time, more social time with other people. So, but eating by yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Just being mindful when you're eating. So, try not to be fully distracted, but being mindful about prepping food for yourself and actually making food for yourself. I have tons of cookbooks behind me that are for the single person and for the family of 2. So yeah, just, keeping that in mind. So I know you're busy. I know you're busy and you're thinking, how in God's green earth does she think that I'm going to eat at dinner 5 nights a week at home? That seems like crazy talk to me. So there are some things that you can do that will help you with this. Number 1, plan. Plan, 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 plan. plan what you're going to do. Plan the schedule ahead of time. On Tuesday nights, it's family dinner. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are eating at home. The other nights we can't because somebody has practice of some sort or whatever, or we have an event to go to, or we go to church or whatever it is. But plan. Put it on a calendar. Put it on the refrigerator. Get a piece of poster board and make a calendar, whatever you want to do. Put it on the back door. Tonight is family dinner, so make sure that you're here for family dinner. So just plan. Your family likes schedules. They like structure. They like to know what's happening next. It's human nature to want to know what's happening next. So plan and help them get through this process, especially if you're developing new habits. My other tip for this is to have a theme night. So to get your kids more excited about whatever, having dinner with the family, then have a theme, schedule some theme nights. Hey, Tuesday night's Tuesday taco night. Friday is pizza night. We're going to have pizza and then we're going to go downstairs and we're going to watch a movie together. And the kids are going to be like, oh, heck yeah, we're having pizza. Taco Tuesdays. I love it. Yeah. So, Friday night we're having maybe it's Thursday night because people have things to do on Friday night. So maybe Thursday night we're having pizza and we're going to have a movie. What they don't know is that you're not calling on the phone ordering pizza. You're actually going to make them pizza, and you sit down at the table and have pizza together, and then you go down and watch a movie together. Ultimate family night. I mean, how amazing is that? So have some theme nights, and that gets your kids excited. My husband and I actually have theme nights. We have a vegetarian twice a week, so it's just all veggies. At least, we actually both have 2 days of vegetarian, so we just eat vegetables and some grains, so no animal products for 2 days of the week. That's awesome. I love that. Yes, absolutely. That gets them excited too. They're like, woohoo, despite what your teenagers or even your small children think, they want to be with you. They want to hang out. That's awesome. I love that. They want to hang out with you. They want to be with you. So when you schedule things, it signals out to them that you care about what they're doing and you care about spending time with them. And especially if you don't have your cell phone shoved in front of your face or your iPad or whatever it is, and you're looking them in the eyes and asking them about their day and actually being interested in what's happening with them, they love that. So it's easy to form a connection. People love food. We love to gather around food. That's the human nature, is we gather around food. And so continue that on with them. Number 3, prepare. Now, I said planning before. Now that's scheduling. So this is what night we're having dinner. But preparing the food is really, really important. So cut your veggies, bake your chicken. In fact, I'm going to give you a whole list of things that I do on an average week, the things that I make and the different types of meals that I can make of things that are already made. All I have to do is just throw them together. So I'm not spending an hour in the kitchen making dinner. I'm spending 15, 20 minutes putting dinner together, and then we can have the rest of the time together at the table. So a very valuable time. I mean, my time is super valuable. I know you guys, your time is super valuable. So making it efficient for the family is super, super great way to do this. Okay. So prepare. I'm going to talk about that in depth in just a second. Putting it on a family calendar. I touched on this just a little bit, but get a big poster board and write a fun calendar or a chalkboard or a dry erase board or something like that, that you can put on the wall and say, this is our calendar of dinners and this is what we're eating, because that helps you and it helps them. This is when we're doing it, and stick to it. Don't let your agendas get in the way, and don't let your kids' agendas or your family's agendas get in the way. Then your husband knows that on Wednesday it's family meal and he needs to be home. He can't work late that night. It's not an option. You have to be home because the kids are expecting you and I'm expecting you. So make sure that you're here. But if everybody has a way to prepare for that, then it makes it a lot easier. So get a family calendar. Here's another tip that I absolutely love. I don't even have kids, but I have a friend that does this, and I think it's so genuinely genius. And that is, she has teenagers, and her teenagers think it's more fun to go to friends' house to eat than it is to eat at home. So she has enacted a friends night. So she has 3 kids, and all 3 kids at different times of the week are allowed to invite a friend over for dinner. This makes dinner more fun. It allows you to know your kids' friends very well because you're having dinner with them. It allows you to introduce healthy cooking maybe into another kid's lifestyle or idea. Okay, this does a lot of things, and it makes your kids want to sit down at the table with you. So she has 3 kids, 3 nights a week. Each one one night a week is allowed to invite a friend over. And she said that she is finding that the friends are like, am I invited over for dinner? Because they love the way that she cooks. She cooks really healthy, and they like the whole real food that they're eating. So it's a great, great idea. Just let them, maybe you don't do it every week. Maybe that's too much for you. But you do it, every other week or something like that, or on the weekend. Have a friends night so that your kids feel like that they are contributing to the social aspect of dinner. Okay. And get the kids talking, talk about what the kids want to talk about, and talk to them about your adult life too. Oh my gosh, I was at the grocery store and this crazy lady, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Yes. But get them together. Yes. Yeah, good. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so get them all together in one place and enact a friends night. So on Friday night, Billy, you're allowed to invite one friend over for dinner. This does so many things for your family. The possibilities are unreal. And maybe you say, hey, maybe he wants to bring his favorite dessert, or, I don't know, maybe he has his favorite drink. He should bring that along with him or something like that. So get your kids involved with that idea of community and community with the family, because they're building social communities in or outside your family. And hopefully they're doing both. They have a social community within your family, and they have social communities outside your family. And you getting to know those outside communities by having dinner with their friends is super important. So, and it keeps you in touch as well. So enact a friends night. I love that idea. You as an adult can do the same thing. I invite people to my house all the time. I love a casual dinner party. It's one of my favorite things to do because I love to cook for people. And so I have casual dinner parties every Sunday night in our home. I cook for people in our home. And sometimes it's just 2 other people, and sometimes it's 6 other people, and sometimes it's 50 other people. It just depends on the night. But I love a casual dinner party. And so it's Sunday night. Everybody knows that they're welcome to our house for dinner. I just asked during the week that they RSVP. I actually put a menu out. This is what we're having. Do you want to have that? Yeah, I know, right? Well, and that may be the case, but just, you have to figure that out. So That's right. That's right. We're gonna have a Periscope dinner party one day. I swear to you, we are totally doing it. We're gonna have a big giant Periscope dinner party, and it's gonna be amazing. So yes, so you can do that as an adult as well. This is not just for kids. That idea is not just for kids. Maybe it's your husband. Hey, why don't you invite your golfing partner over and his wife and get to know that person? Why don't you invite your sewing circle? I don't know. This is totally off, but invite your sewing circle friends over or your Periscope friends over, and let's have dinner so I can get to know them. All right. So, yeah, right. Mark's like, I'm totally in, coming there, eating dinner. Yes, we can have a Periscope dinner party. Okay, so now that we've talked all about that and all the planning and the reasons why you want to do it, let's get down to what you all really want to talk about, and that's the food. The food. Dinner is my, I love all the meals in the day. I was going to say it's my favorite. It's a big fat lie. I love breakfast. I love lunch. I love dinner. I love food. Hashtag love to cook. Hello, that's me. That's my hashtag. Hashtag love to cook. Of course, I love food. So, I adore food. I love manipulating food. I love making real food, healthy and fun and tasty. So here's the things that you need in a balanced dinner. A balanced dinner would be about 15% protein. So that's meats, poultry, eggs, fish, beans, nuts. That's about 15% of your dinner. 80% is going to be clean carbs. Okay. Clean carbs, fruits, veggies, whole grains, beans, that sort of thing. Actually, I would go go minimum on the whole grains, but mostly veggies and fruits and things like beans, things like that. The no-nos there would be no refined wheat flour and no refined sugar. If you can keep those two things out of your kitchen and out of your cooking, you're going to improve your health almost automatically. So a lot of prepackaged food has all those refined flours and refined added sugars in them, and they are no good for you, even if they have a healthy label. So I'm talking about real whole foods here. I'm talking about real clean carbs when I talk about fruits and veggies and beans. So you like tuna casserole, okay? So I'm not a big tuna fan. I like it just by itself, but I don't ever like it when it comes in a package. It's just, I just can't eat it for some reason. Anyway, so 5% of that, so now we're down to 100%. So we have 80, 15, and 5. 5% should be some source of clean, real fats. So nut butters, nut oils, olive oils, avocado oil, coconut oil, flax seeds, anything like that that's going to give you some omega-3s, then you absolutely want to include about 5% of that into your dinner menu. So this is what I make on an average, in an average week. This is a very, very typical week for me. Sometimes I step out of this and do different things, but this is a very typical week for me, and this is put together for 2 people. So if you have 4 people, you'd want to do it 4 times. If you have more people, you can do the math. If it's just you just half it. I mean, that sort of thing. So on Sunday, I prepare food. So Sunday is a cooking day for me. I cook most of the day. I get up in the morning, I work out, we go and run a few errands, and then I cook. It's just how my Sundays have always worked out. And so, oh, that sounds fabulous. That sounds amazing. Good for you. All organic. Woohoo! Way to go, Janet. Yes, that's super balanced. That's like amazing food. That's whole real food, super balanced, perfectly perfect. Love it, love it. I saw all the protein, the fat, and the healthy carbs in there. So good for you. Good girl. Yay. Love it, love it, love it. Makes me so happy when I see stuff like that. So for 2 people in a week on Sunday, these are the things that I would be preparing, or bulk cooking. So a lot of people, I know, right? Sounds amazing. But a lot of people bulk cook. And so they call it bulk cooking or bulk preparing. I call it preparing. So prepared foods is what I call it. And this is for 2 people. I make 3 cups of brown rice. I make 2 cups of royal quinoa, which is the speckled quinoa. It's got all the different colors in it. So it's brown, white, red, black. It's got all the colors of it in there. So 2 cups of royal quinoa, 10 cups of steamed vegetables. Did you cook last Thursday? No, I did not, actually. I did not cook last Thursday. It was a day off for me. For Thanksgiving, you mean? Yeah, no, I did not. I had to think about that. I was like, did I cook last Thursday? No, I did not, actually. We did eat a prepared meal, but I did not cook. So 10 cups of steamed veggies. Now, for me, as a cancer survivor, 50%, a breast cancer survivor especially, 50% of those steamed veggies are cruciferous vegetables. I do not rinse it before I cook it. Yes. I cook it different than most people. I actually toast my quinoa. I toast it in some olive oil in a skillet, and then I add my liquids and let it finish cooking in the skillet on the stove. So no, I do not rinse it. A lot of people do. I just never found that it was made a difference if I did or didn't. I don't soak it or anything like that. So, but I don't boil it traditionally like a lot of people do. Yeah, some come pre-soaked. I just don't even, I eat raw quinoa. Just right out of whatever I buy in bulk, actually. And so in a bulk, like at Whole Foods, I buy it from their bulk bin because I know I can get exactly what I want there. So no, I don't. But, so 10 cups of steamed, it can have a bitter coating. I just don't find that with the type that I brought with that I particularly buy. And especially when you toast it, it kind of seals the quinoa a little bit and actually keeps it from getting mushy as well. So I like to toast mine ahead of time. So So I do 10 cups of steamed veggies. 50% of that is cruciferous vegetables. So Brussels sprouts, broccoli. I know it is. I agree. Yeah, you should try it toasted. It's really good. Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage, bok choy, anything like that. Those would be considered cruciferous vegetables. So 50% of those 10 cups of vegetables is actually cruciferous vegetable. And this can be any vegetable that you like. It is, you know, any type of green, red, white, brown, whatever vegetable that you like. This is 10 cups that I prepare for 2 people throughout the whole week. I do 1 baked whole chicken. So I bake an entire whole chicken. So just an organic, yeah, I love Brussels sprouts. Yeah, good. You like broccoli. That's a good thing to like. Broccoli is amazing. It's the king of cruciferous vegetables. So then I do, no, there's not. You know, I need to put that on there, toasting the quinoa. I need to do a scope. I've scoped it a couple of times. I need to scope it again because I do it a lot. It's really a great way to cook it too. It's so yummy. It makes it so yummy and it doesn't get soggy and weird. And, you know, yeah, so yes, so 1 baked whole chicken. I just bake the whole thing. Baking a chicken is as easy as pie. Everybody thinks that it's difficult. It's not. It is so easy. I can actually teach you how to do that as well. So I bake a whole chicken. I do 1 pound of turkey sausage. Okay, so 1 pound, so toasting quinoa, just let me run it down for you super fast. So you do 1 cup, you do 1 cup of quinoa. You do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So put your olive oil in your skillet, get it nice and hot, and then put your quinoa right on top of that. Now you can season your quinoa right then if you want. So salt and pepper, garlic, whatever it is that you put, dry spices that you put in there, then put that in there right then while you're toasting it. So you just actually I don't know what bacon pie is. So you just put that in there and you just saute it. The quinoa will actually start to pop. You will see it pop up. It'll just pop up off the bottom of the skillet. That's how you know it's time for your liquid. So leave it on high, add your liquid slowly because you're going to get tons of steam right off and you can get burned really easily. So if you want, you can remove it from the heat, but you're going to add your liquid. So at that point, I'm going to add 2, thank you. I'm going to add 2 cups of veggie stock or chicken stock right on top of that, okay? And then I'm gonna let it boil completely off until the quinoa is dry. I do not know how long that is, but until all the veggie stock is off, and that will make the most perfect quinoa on the planet. It's so simple and so easy. Oh, and when I put it in there, when I put the veggie stock in there, I actually turned my heat down to a low heat and just let it simmer there. And because it's toasted and it's popped open a little bit, it does not get mushy. It's absolutely amazing. So it's my favorite way to make it. You can actually, while it is boiling off that liquid, you can actually add like asparagus or Brussels sprouts or broccoli or cauliflower or anything like that. I like asparagus. It's my favorite. Just right on top of that, and it will cook your veggies while it's cooking the quinoa. I wait till it's about half through the liquid, and then I add my fresh veggies right on top of that, and you have 1 pot vegetarian meal that you can season with a billion things. So okay, awesome. I love it. That's amazing. So that's how I cook my quinoa. I actually cook I cook my basmati rice like that. Yes, that's how I cook it, and it's super fast and super easy to cook. So back to the chicken, 1 baked whole chicken, and then 1 pound of turkey sausage. I make my own turkey sausage. There is a recipe on my website. When I make this post though, I will post it again. So making 1 pound of turkey sausage, and then I make 1 pound of turkey meatballs. So that's how you make Mexican rice. Yeah, that's exactly right. You're exactly right there. So, but I make all of those proteins and all of those veggies and those grains ahead of time. I do all that on Sunday. I put it in nice little packages and I stick it right in the refrigerator. So I know I love turkey meatballs and I like them super seasoned. I mean, with like tons of seasoning on them, just all kinds of amazing seasonings on them. So all kinds of dried seasonings that I use on my turkey meatballs. They're super easy to make too. And so, yeah, I love them. And I can just eat them. Just eat them, eat them, eat them. I love them. So that is what will be for dinner for the rest of the week. So Edison keeps on going. I have my door closed because my house cleaner is here right now, and Edison keeps on going out the door, and he's learned to open my office door on his own. Oh my God, he's so smart. Yes, absolutely you can do that. And prepare it. Vegan, you can absolutely do that. Now I am not skilled in the vegan lifestyle, so I'm probably not your best source for that. But if you hire a vegan coach, you can hire them for pretty cheap, but you can hire them over the internet. There's some amazing ones out there. They can help you do this sort of work. So it's very, very easy. So I prepare all of that. This is the kind of meals that I get out of that type. So we're going to eat 5 days in the week at home, right? Edison is my dog, yes. I know, he's so funny. He keeps on going in and out. Robin keeps coming and closing the door like, what is he doing? So we're just gonna have to leave him out, unfortunately. So here's the different meals that I can make from that. I can make, first off, so I can make half a cup of brown rice. Now this is per person, so this is one person. Half a cup of brown rice with half a teaspoon of coconut aminos. If you don't know what coconut aminos are, it's like a soy sauce, except it's made with coconut instead of soy, and it has a sweet flavor to it, so almost like a teriyaki style flavor. So add half a teaspoon into your rice, okay, into my brown rice, 2 cups of steamed veggies, and I season that with a dash of cayenne, so just a little bit, so I just toss in some cayenne and a little bit of lemon, just a slight squeeze, so just barely a little bit of lemon. This just brightens up those vegetables. And then I've cut off some chicken, right? So it's either the chicken legs, which I like. My husband doesn't like them. So I'll cut off 2 chicken legs for myself because there's only 2 legs. So I will have the chicken legs, and I will cut him off some of the breast. And that's what we have for dinner. It's an amazing dinner. It's so wholesome, and it's so good, and it's so tasty. Fabulous, simple, easy dinner. And all I have to do is just put it together and reheat it. Now, I have to tell you, I reheat in a microwave. I know a lot of people are not fond of that, but I do reheat in a microwave because I have to pick my poison sometimes, and sometimes it's just that I need that convenience. So here's another recipe that I get out of preparing that, and this is using the turkey sausage. At Rudy's Bakery, so Rudy's Bakery, they're getting where they're available everywhere. They have a gluten-free pizza crust. I think it's Real Foods has that as well, but they have a gluten-free pizza crust. I take those little pizza crusts. I take some cherry tomatoes. I don't even use sauce, by the way. I take some cherry tomatoes. I slice them very thin, and that's my sauce. That goes down on my pizza crust first, right? Then I put my turkey sausage on that I've already made. Turkey sausage is already made. A little fresh basil, a little fresh garlic, and some feta cheese sprinkled on top of that, topped with Parmesan. Stick it in the oven, pull it out. Bingo, pizza that will knock your socks off. Now you can add all kinds of veggies to that. My husband and I like different things. I like spinach, bell peppers, I like mushrooms, I like all kinds of things on there. My husband is pretty much just the basic pizza, and I like to fill mine up with all kinds of veg on there. Super easy, and I have used my turkey sausage. Another one that I like to do is I like to do in a bowl. I like to put in a cup pineapple mango, absolutely, with the sausage. So good. Ridiculous. So good. Yes. Yes, and when you slice them thin and put them on your pizza and put all your toppings on top of that, they kind of melt as they cook because they're so thinly sliced, and they form the sauce, and it makes an amazing sauce. So totally amazing. And then, like, totally, for sure, amazing, dude. Then my third meal, I like to take 1 cup of the royal quinoa. So I've made 2 cups. So we're each going to get a cup, and I'm going to put it in a bowl, right? So I'm going to put it in a bowl, and then I'm going to take my chicken and I'm going to shred my chicken. So I'm just going to shred it out, and I'm going to mix it with the quinoa. And then I'm going to take my vegetables, and I'm going to... Not all of these recipes. No, I mean, I have a lot of recipes on my site, but not all of these. Unfortunately, you have to go back and take notes from the scope, but I will try to break this down this weekend. So typically I do a scope, and then I actually post the blog post or the recipe post by weekend. So I'll try to do all that this weekend. I'm a little bit behind on that idea, but maybe I can do that. So, put your quinoa. So, 1 cup of quinoa in the bowl. Shred your chicken, nice and shred it up. I know. And then And then take your veggies and mince them. So put them on your cutting board. They're already cooked, so they're nice and soft, and mince them all together. So this is like the remaining of your veggies. So take that, put that in your bowl, and then you're gonna scrumble it up or toss it. Scrumbling means stirring or tossing or mixing in a Go-To Kitchens world. But take that and put olive oil, basil, and garlic powder. So just very basic ingredients. Scrumble all that together. Top it with, if you want some goat cheese or some feta cheese or Parmesan or something like that, that's absolutely fine. Make sure that it's fresh and that it's grass-fed. But and reheat that bowl. It makes an amazing bowl to eat. Like, you don't ever want it to end. It's like, oh no, my bowl is over. It is such a good bowl of food, and it's super simple. It's one of those things that you can set in front of the TV. If you like to sit in front of the TV and eat, that's a great bowl for that. It's a perfect TV bowl. So that's one of my favorites. I still have 2 more. All right. I still have 2 more meals to go through here with you guys. That was that. Okay. So here's meal number 4. A TV bowl. Yeah, but how fun is that? Hey, tonight we're going to have TV bowls. It's like a TV dinner, except we're going to have TV bowls, and everybody gets a nice bowl of fresh food, and it's yummy, and that you can sit in front of the TV and eat, and it feels like an occasion. It's an occasion, and I love occasion eating. It's one of my favorite things. Make it an occasion, not a chore. All right, got that? So here's my number 4. So in a baking dish, I want you to layer 1 cup of brown rice. So on the very bottom, 1 cup of brown rice. Then I want you to put in just enough veggie stock to wet that rice. So just enough veggie or chicken stock to wet that. Then I want you to I want you to thinly slice. I want you to thinly slice a sweet potato, as thin as you can get it, like super. If you have a mandolin, that would even be better. So mandolin slices, super thin slices of sweet potato on top of that rice. And then I want you to put some olive oil on top of that. So drizzle some olive oil, salt and pepper. All right, slicely, #slicely. That's right. So that's lightly sliced, I guess. Or thinly sliced. And then I want you to put the other cup of brown rice on top of that. Then I want you to take those turkey meatballs that you've already prepared, and I want you to cut those in half and put those on top of that rice. And then the rest of the steamed veggies from the rest of the week, so you're still going to have steamed veggies left over. So the rest of the steamed veggies on top of that, and then you can crush some almonds and cashews and put all that on top of that. Stick that in the oven. Bake it at 350. Everything's already cooked except for the sweet potatoes, but they'll cook very quickly. So put in the oven for 15 minutes, and you're going to get this really crispy, super yummy. The veggies are kind of going to crisp up a little bit, and you're going to get this super yummy casserole that is so, so good. And you can serve that with more veggies. You could serve it with some pasta. You could serve it with all kinds of things. Thank you. Okay, so meal number 5. How about breakfast for dinner? How's that for a theme night? I love breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner tonight is using the rest of the turkey sausage, mixing it in with some scrambled eggs, frying just some red potatoes in some coconut oil, and serving that with a sprouted grain toast. Oh my gosh, you could even serve the toast with some fresh jam. How amazing is that? And so simple. I mean, dinner's ready in like 15 minutes, and it's an amazing dinner, and it's fresh and real and whole foods. You can stir in some veggies with that, with the, too much air intake because I get too excited. So, but you could stir in some veggies and with those eggs and turkey sausage and scramble all that together. Amazing. Or you can make an omelet. Breakfast for dinner is an amazing treat. Everybody loves it. I can't imagine anybody who doesn't want to eat breakfast for dinner. So there's 5 meals out of those ingredients that you have already prepared with a few other ingredients, but very few actually, with a few other ingredients. So it's good to see you, Mark. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out almost a whole hour. Kudos to you. I hope to see you again. So there you go. That is my dinner rundown. I know it was a long scope with a lot of content. My husband, is that your husband? Is Mark your husband? No, Mark said he eats alone. Okay, I'm confused. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Yes, good. Hope to see you again. So there you go. So super simple. Dinners are important. Dinners are an important social occasion. Every meal has a purpose. Breakfast has a purpose because it wakes your body up and gets you going and sets you up. Oh, it doesn't like breakfast for dinner. Oh, dang. Okay, well, skip that one. You can make something else. So it's just an idea. It's not a rule. It's just an idea. So breakfast is important. It wakes you up for the day. Lunch is important because it's a break for your brain and it fuels you for the rest of the day to get you to dinner. Dinner is important because it's a social occasion that you should be gathering around family and friends, or even if you eat alone, being mindful about what you're doing and what you're putting in your body. So there you go. Dinner broken down. Healthy dinner 101. A little bit of batch cooking in there. A little bit, a lot of things in there. So a little bit, a lot of things. Yep, that's me today. Crazy tongue-tied Leslie. So do you guys have any questions? Can I help you with anything? Any ideas that you want to throw out there? You've been an amazing, amazing audience today. Thank you so much for all the hearts and all the love. I love all the love. So thank you for that. Thank you for inviting followers. Thank you to all the replay viewers. If you've ever watched this scope ever again on any planet in any galaxy, thank you. So what's your heart's at? I don't know, but we were we were like 30,000 or maybe less. Hey, Natalie, it's good to see you. 30,000 or less away from 500,000. So I was thinking maybe we're going to hit 500,000 hearts, 1,000 followers, and 200 scopes, like all in the same time. So yeah, we're getting very close. Rosemary, that was your goal. Oh no, that was, I can't remember her name now. There's somebody. Hey, Natalie, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Natalie is a superstar herself. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. See what happens next. So tomorrow I will actually be, tomorrow's Friday, so that means Splat will be visiting us and we will be in the kitchen tomorrow, and I haven't decided what I'm making yet, but I think what I'm going to do is do a little bit of this, is a little bit of this prepared type meals so that you guys can see a little bit about how I do my week, or maybe we'll do the quinoa or something like that, or maybe I'll make the rice, the basmati with the asparagus, or I don't know, we'll find something. I will find something to cook tomorrow and show you guys, but I think we'll go back to basics and do something really basic tomorrow in the kitchen so I can show you some shortcuts. So there you go. You guys have an amazing afternoon. If you're watching this to Healthy Dinners 101, that part is over. And now we are moving on to the inspirational point of the day. And I have to tell you, I was running around to like a crazy person with my head cut off this morning. And if you saw my Facebook post, if we're friends on Facebook, it's good to see you, Rosemary. Thanks for being here. If we're friends on Facebook, you saw my Facebook post, which was talking about me running around with my head cut off. And so I had to go back to a saying that my husband said to me, yeah, it's good to see you, Chastity. Thanks for being here. I had to go back to something my husband said to me when I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling incredibly overwhelmed at a lot of points in this business. And he said to me, you're only overwhelmed because you're not in control. And oh my gosh, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, holy cow, you are so right. He's like, baby, you got to get lists. You got to get some lists, and you got to get a calendar, and you got to get this thing under control, or you're going to end up hating it instead of loving it. And I was like, oh my goodness, you're so right. Because I was already building up some resentment about how busy I was. And that's ridiculous. I want to be busy. I want to be crazy busy. I want to be running around with my hair cut off, with my head cut off. That's like the ultimate in being able to have a surviving, amazing business. So when he said that to me, I thought, all right, I need some systems in place. So I started putting systems in place to make things easier for me, to make things more manageable for me. I have hair cut off, right? And I think that a lot of us experience this, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just running a household, not just, that's a big job, but whether you're running a house, whether you have a 9-to-5, whether you are, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever your situation is, retired, anything like that, we're still all very busy people. And so I think that it's really important to think about getting systems in place to get things done. And instead of resenting your busyness, actually actually find a way to manage your busyness. And that has been huge for me and changing the way that I go about things. It allows me to do a scope with you guys every single day. It allows me to personally interact with you on Facebook. It allows me to personally answer your email address, your email questions and stuff, because I have set systems in place to make that happen. So just being mindful of that and being aware of it will help you in your social well-being, in your mental well-being and your emotional well-being, and you'll stop resenting things that are taking up your time, and you'll start enjoying them and knowing that it's what gives you life and what carries you on. So just keeping all that in mind, and you guys, I hope that you have an amazing day today. Please check out GoToKitchens.com. Please consider becoming a VIP. If you want more from me and you want to talk to me personally, that is the place to do that, is to become a VIP. Join our Facebook page. It's called the Go To Kitchens VIP Lounge. I would love to have each and every one of you there. You're personally invited by me to come and do that and become a VIP, and yeah, we can all talk about how to get healthy. There's so much interaction over there. It is so much fun. We goof off, we share recipes, we talk about what's going on in our days. Everybody taunts me with their smoothie recipes and their smoothie pictures when I can't have one. I talked about what's going on with Go To Kitchens and what's coming up next. I mean, there's just lots of good information over there. I have a team of professionals that have rallied around me in that page, and when I'm not there to answer questions, they're like right on it, answering your questions, and it's so amazing, and I love it. I love the interaction there. So you guys go check it out. Hi, Leslie. My name is Leslie as well, and we spell it the same way. It's good to see you. So yeah, so please consider going and checking it out. And I will see you guys all over there, hopefully, and have an amazing day. Tomorrow we're in the kitchen. Splat will return, and we will do some healthy cooking basics tomorrow. I'll just run through a couple of things with you guys, and we'll get back to the basics of healthy cooking and making you fall in love with your kitchen, because I am on a mission to make you fall in love with your kitchen. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Thanks for all the hearts while you're here. I appreciate it. Love you guys. Have an amazing afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, noon Mountain Time, right here on Periscope. Love you guys. Bye.